my name is Joanna Kakeo, aka Jokabako. Welcome to my YouTube channel. For this video, we're going to be taking the time to do some studying. Getting back to the basics is super important, especially if you feel a bit rusty or feel like you're in an art block. For this study session, we're going to be doing life drawing, or gesture drawing, whatever you'd like to call it. In particular, I am following a Crocus Cafe video. I will link them down below in the description box. In my opinion, following a life drawing session is the simplest way to learn anatomy. Having a timer on forces your brain to learn or think of how to break up a pose in simpler shapes in order to draw the pose in the specified time. Everyone does get anxious at their very first life drawing session, mainly because a minute goes by really fast and artists are generally perfectionists. But be okay with mistakes and learning to move on. When I look at my artwork from a year ago, it's massively different from where it is today. Practice, practice, practice. I know it's the advice that new artists don't like to hear, but that's all it really is. The more you draw, the more your skills will evolve and develop. Learning anatomy is very important even if you have a very cartoony art style. It helps you understand how the body moves, which in turn allows you to push your style even further. Going back to the basics can allow yourself to learn something new that you haven't realized before, and will overall make you a better artist. If you'd like me to create a video of how I tackle anatomy in more detail, please let me know down below in the comments. I definitely want to know if that is something that people are interested in. So far, these poses are 1-minute gesture drawings. The video is sped up 2.5 times the actual speed. Whenever I draw the circle and cross stroke, I mainly do it out of habit. If you look at these poses, the eyes never strictly follow the reference line. I guess I mainly use them as guidelines. The first time I did life drawing sessions was in an art class when I went to college for 3D animation. Experiencing an in-person life drawing class does feel different from a recording like Crocus Cafe. During an in-person life drawing class, you are able to see the model and the shadows and lighting in person, which can affect your drawing overall. However, life drawing classes can be pricey depending where you're from and what classes and schools are available to you, which is why resources like Crocus Cafe are super nice, especially because you can do it in the comfort of your home, which is super beneficial right now because of our predicament with COVID and everything like that. Another life drawing resource is Senchi Stock. That is a tongue twister for me. I will link them down below as well. Do you do any life drawing studies at home? If there are any resources that I haven't mentioned, please let me know down below. I'd love to learn and find some new resources to study from. With a 2-minute pose, I can squeeze in some time to add the facial features of the model or fix any mistakes that I see. The number one body part that I don't enjoy drawing are feet. They're hard to draw, they don't make sense to me. What are the joints? I don't know. I really gotta study those way more. Maybe that'll be one of the next videos that I draw. Now that I'm further into this session, you can see my line strokes becoming more confident, and they're not as sketchy as they were in the first poses. That's a good thing. I've now warmed up and I'm ready to go. I confess that I probably should study more. I might do this type of video more often. If you think that's a good idea, let me know, or if I should keep it to myself. Though I did say earlier that this is the simplest way to learn anatomy, it's still very beneficial to learn how to draw each muscle in the body so that you can understand how the body moves. This is specifically important when you start drawing more difficult poses, like for fighting, or if your characters are on a sports team. and they have to like jump and run and blah blah blah, tackle people. I don't know, what are sports? Coming up, I did really bad on this pose. It just didn't click in my head on how to draw it properly. Water proportions, what is anatomy? I don't know her apparently for this pose. I even tried to make up for it by drawing the face, which I still struggled with. Eventually I gave up and moved on, mainly because I ran out of time. Sometimes you just gotta blow past your mistakes. Insert an email notification because I apparently forgot to turn off my notifications while I was recording. Last but not least, we are at the 5-minute pose. 5 minutes suddenly feels really long, and I'm able to add in more details, fix up mistakes, and darken the liner so that you can see the figure more once I get the general body sketched out. Fun fact, this video was almost going to be voiceless. My wisdom teeth have decided to grow in and get infected, so I wasn't actually even able to open my mouth for almost a week, and I was eating just soup. But I'm feeling much better now, so I decided to get this recording done and edit it and get it all ready for you. At this point of the video, I don't really have anything to talk about. We're just finishing up with this last pose. But if there are any burning questions that you have for me, please let me know in the comments. I do love talking about myself, not talking to myself. I guess I'm technically talking to myself with this recording. But yeah, please let me know. I am a full-time illustrator. Currently, it's a little weird in between right now because of what's happening with COVID. But yeah, if you have any questions, let me know down below in the comments, or even DM me on Twitter or Instagram if you want it to be more private and personal. But yeah, just let me know. Finally, I am just adding the time for each pose, mainly for my own benefit, but here are all the poses together. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe and all that jazz. As always, thank you to my patrons for supporting my videos. If you'd like a 1-week early access to all my videos or even behind the scenes artworks or news, please consider joining my Patreon. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye!